A scale of sense. I think we stopped last time here, no? A scale of sense that climbed his fiery feet to heights of unimagined happiness. Recast his being's aura in joy glow. His body glimmered like a sky shell. His gaze to the world was swept with seas of light. So there is a kind of a change in the very physical of his, in the very physical of. It is not transformation yet, but the glow is different. Means the light or the paradise of life gods. It is that which is giving him a certain kind of an illumination. You see, what you see, a scale of sense. Sense, all our five faculties of cognition. Behind that, there are greater, subtler senses like that. So that is the scale of sense. You see. It is not only eye and ear and nose and things like that, but behind that there are subtler and subtler faculties of understanding and cognition. It is that scale he is climbing with fiery feet, bright, luminous feet, you see, to heights of unimagined happiness. Means, see, after all, our happiness, the way we look at our happiness, is a sensual happiness. By senses only, we feel good or bad or evil or nice and things like that, you see. So it is a sensual happiness. Now here, it is a happiness of coming from subtler and brighter kind of senses which is there, you see. Heights of unimagined happiness. Regard his being's aura in joy glow. So now the whole, see, if our senses don't really make us bright, don't make us bright. If at all they kind of dull them down, they bring a kind of a darkness around us. If you see bad things, then the whole cloud is bad around you, and like that you see. To heights of unimagined happiness, recast his being's aura in joy glow. His body glimmered like a sky shell. His gaze to the world was swept with seas of light. Now, he is talking about both the things simultaneously. Sense, faculties of cognition, as we have seen, as I said last time, many times we have said also, you have got five senses, behind that is the manasa, behind the manasa the sadhyana sense, beyond that is all these faculties of senses are there, you see. His body glimmered like a sky shell. His gates to the world, gates, what is the gate? Senses are the gates. You see, you hear, you perceive, they are the gates to the world. Now, these gates are of a different kind, superior scale of senses. He is seeing now, his senses have heightened to such an extent that those faculties are what are seeing the world, not our mental manasa faculties, but higher spiritual faculties have opened out for him, you see. So they are the gates. This is the gate, actually. These five indriyas, five senses, they are the gates of cognition, you see. To the world was swept with seas of light, you see. So they have become absolutely luminous, you see, completely, you see, the senses, you see. Sky shell, glimmer like a sky shell, body. You see, our body is made of number of sheaths, gross, causal, physical, gross, subtle, causal. These are the sheaths of body, you see. Or if you want to take on the material scale, you have got the earth, you have got then you have got air, I'm sorry, earth, then water, then fire, then air, and then sky. These are the five elements which make our physical body. Now, so all the lower order, what is happening in the sky shell, the ethereal shell, the top, Akasha. It is the Akasha part of his body which has become bright, you see. Sky shell, sky is used purposely. Akash is the most subtle kind of the physical existence. Subtle kind of. His body glimmer like a sky shell. Did I tell you this thing last time? Did I tell you this thing last time? No?
Yeah, we did it.
No.
No, we did that last time.
His gates are the senses the gates. His earth, he talks of sky, now he's talking of earth. Prithvi, Avtej, Vayu, Akash, all those things. He's talking of earth, sky shield. Now earth, his earth, Prithvi, the physical. Dowered celestial competence, dowered, gifted with celestial competence, harbored a power that needed now no more to cross the close custom line of mind and flesh. Because his senses had now become beyond, he had gone beyond the mind, beyond the flesh, beyond the vital, beyond the mental, beyond the vital, beyond the mental. Harbored a power that needed now no more to cross the close custom line. So, you see, normally in our life, it is through mind and life that we have to go beyond. So, the custom line for us is life and mind. Now he doesn't need those things at all. He has gone, his senses have gone beyond that. To smuggle Godhead into humanity means we smuggle Godhead by our faculties of life and mind. How beautiful poetry, beautiful art, beautiful creation. These are powers of life acting here. Philosophies, ideals, lofty reasonings, scientific things, they are the ideals of humanity. It is by you are building a philosophy to bring the higher spiritual values here. So you are smuggling that Godhead through your philosophy, your bright reasoning, by your scientific investigation, or by art, by beauty, by expression. So you are smuggling Godhead through this faculty. That is not required. They come now directly to Him, you see. They are coming directly to Him to cross the close custom line of mind and flesh. So it's not required now, you see. And smuggle got it. That is how you smuggle got it, you see. Beautiful art, we are really actually smuggling. We are not even aware that we are expressing like that. When a person is in a great state of inspiration, he gets it immediately. How it has happened? He has kind of smuggled. That thing. It shrank no more. What? What is that it? Earth. Is earth. He shrank no more from the supreme demand of an untired capacity for bliss. Even his physical now is able to bear any amount of bliss. Untired of bliss. He shrank no more from the supreme body. It, earth, body, both, supreme demand of an untied capacity for bliss. A mind that could explore its own infinite. A mind that could explore its own infinite. And beauty and passion and the depths reply, nor feared this so now glad identity, where spirit and flesh in inner ecstasy join, annulling the quarrel between self and shame. So that dichotomy is dissolved at that point, you see, between self and shape, form and the formless self, you can say that way. Spirit and flesh, life. Well, the dichotomy, the Cartesian dichotomy is between mind and spirit, mind and matter, you see, mind and matter. Here he is talking of spirit and flesh. We also many times we say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is not willing. We often say that. You see, the spirit wants it to happen, but the flesh is incapable of. So that dichotomy has gone away for him completely. You see, and beauty and passion and the death's reply, not fear the swoon of glad identity. See, this is the whole thing. Our body, our existence, our build-up is such that it is too much joy, we kind of break down. Too much joy, we sort of break down many times like that, you see. So that is sense of danger in a way. But here, not fear the swoon of glad identity. That is not the same. Where spirit and flesh in inner ecstasy join, annulling the quarrel between self and shame. It drew from the sight and sound spiritual power. So, the power is coming from the spiritual sources. It shrank, it drew. In the previous sentence, it begins with it, here is it drew. Again, that earth, it means to say. It drew from sight and sound spiritual power. It drew from sight and sound 3 I am. Spirit, I am, dual power. Spiritual power. I think two amphibrachs, yeah. Made sense a road to reach the intangible. Intangible. You see, our senses cannot really touch the intangible. In that sense, in the synthesis of yoga, Shivananda says the alembic, the telescope, the microscope, the alembic, the retort, they cannot know things. These are the senses, these are the faculties. He is giving example. I mean, you may have a very beautiful telescope. You may look into the depths of matter through a microscope. You may have alembic to do chemical transformation. You have scalpels. All those instruments are there to study the anatomy of man. But then they cannot really touch the subtle part of it. None of them, scalpel cannot cut the subtle part of it. You see. It is so subtle that it cannot connect it. To a certain extent, the modern tools of science are able to get into that kind of a depth. You see, I mean, you are studying, for instance, the core of the atom, the nucleus below, the fundamental forces which are operating there. Now, by certain kind of instrumentation, you have been able to develop faculties by which you can go into subtler and subtler realms of matter. Still, that does not touch the core, the subtlest part of matter. You may are able to penetrate deep enough, but then you still always escape that thing. Always. That build the substance of life's deeper soul. It trailed the supernal influences. It, again, same thing. That earth nature stood reborn. Earth nature, well, that is what he is now. Reborn, comrade of heaven. So, comrade of heaven means the denizen of heaven will have those subtle senses, those faculties which he has described here. He has now become a part of that. In other words, what are the ways by which the people, the denizens of heaven see, perceive all that thing? That is what we have got here, a complete description of that, you see. They don't go by mind's reasoning. They have their own ways of looking at things and understanding things immediately, you see.